¿Qué tal amigos? Bienvenidos a Agent Spotlight, el show que te trae a todos los agentes de bienes y raíces. We bring you all the best real estate agents in Arizona. The majority of the time, we know that when you do look for a real estate agent, you usually don't take the time to actually, get to know them, who they are at a personal level. This is the show for you. So we want to invite you to stay with us. My name is Carlos Estrada and my friend, Abel Badillo.
Hola, buenos días a todos. Espero que estén teniendo un muy buen lunes. We're here with some very special agents that have been in the industry for a very, very long time. And like Carlos said, we only bring rock stars to the show that can give you the best information. So without further ado, we have today Teddy Castro and Omar Robles with Next Gen Real Estate. So during the show, we're going to be asking them questions. We're going to get to know them, go over some current events, but we're also going to be playing some games, and we're going to be, maybe even drinking, depending on how this game goes.
I hope you guys are ready for that.
Right, I don't know if people do.
I think anybody que nos sigue en social media, como tiene ya idea de que it's a lifestyle, more than anything. Right. You also love the business, right? So bring it on.
Bring it on, man. You guys ain't scared?
Not yet.
And we want to get this going, right? And obviously get to know you guys at a personal level. But just really quick, I'll go down the table. Omar, where are you from originally? Or maybe your family from? Because you're Latino, correct? Awesome.
That's what I identify myself with.
All right.
I'm born and raised Phoenix, Arizona. Grew up in the West Side, Carl Hayden High School. Grew up in the 90s, so I feel like we have a great generation. The last ones to play out in the street, and we're the first ones to play with technology. So, I 90s, grew up in the 90s. Went to ASU, spent 4 years. Go Devils.
Fordham.
I served as an infantryman in the Army for 4 years, so I did that as well. I had that privilege. And I've been doing real estate, honestly, I've had my license for 18 years.
Okay, veteran. You're a veteran real estate agent and veteran on armed forces, correct?
That's correct.
That's awesome, man. Thanks for your service.
No, you're welcome,
man.
And Next Gen Real Estate opened it in 2013, and we've grown quite a bit. We have almost 200 agents, I'm happy to say, and just a lot of exciting things we're doing in the brokerage, but
Super. What about you, Mr. Teddy Castro? Tell us about you, where you grew up, where were you born, where's your family originally from?
Yeah, so I was born here in Phoenix, Arizona. I grew up in my beginning youth years in Maryville.
Okay.
I moved to California for a lot of reasons. My mom wanted to have a different life than what Arizona had, because there was a time where if you weren't married, you couldn't get management, you couldn't buy a house, there's a lot of things.
Yeah.
Moved to California for a few years, came back in middle high school, went to Maryville High School. Pretty much from there, I worked at a huge bank as a mortgage underwriter.
Okay.
And now became a real estate agent in 2003, 18 years, same thing.
Oh man.
Yeah,
are you guys friends back in the day?
we may have run into each other a few kickbacks.
Were you guys rapping the same neighborhood?
Pretty close. And so then 18 years in the business, opened my own brokerage back in 2007. At one point, we got to know this guy through NAREP, which is the National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals, and we kicked it off. It just kicked off with us, and here we discussed, and here I'm at Next Gen, designated broker.
Nice.
So
nice. So we have an owner and then the broker.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, what's the broker's role within a company? Because I know a lot of people, they hear, oh, I'm an agent, and then they hear, I'm a broker, But I don't think they fully comprehend us into what really, means to be a broker and what really is an agent.
Yeah, so to be a broker in general is basically you're taking a higher level of education to help your clients, right? But then when you become a designated broker, which is the difference, is that my job now is basically to keep real estate agents out of real estate jail, which means they continue to do business, continue to feed their families, continue to be successful.
Right.
That's at the end of the day, like what my role is. There's a lot more to it, but what it boils down to that is make sure that they're good, the company's good, and overall we all can continue to move forward.
El jefe de la compañía.
Sí.
Big boss.
Yes.
So we're 3/4 of the way through the year, and I know that at the beginning of the year we like to set goals. Can you guys tell us a little bit about what some of your goals with Next Gen were at the start of the year and where we are with those goals, so we can get to know you and the company a little bit more?
Wow.
You know, that's a great question because I mean we all plan for things, right?
Right.
And I hate to say this, but like the truth is, like as far as goals, I don't know how many. I can tell you I have targets, right? And the difference between a goal and a target's always moving, right? So, you know, you kind of have to like shift to what you're doing,
But
but
to adapt.
exactly. And for us, it's been a number of things. So, developing a commercial team was on the list. And it's when you're planning during COVID, it's one
It's hard, yeah.
right? Because we all had plans
Yes.
at the beginning of 2020, and that all shifted. And the truth is, we still did well. So as far as what we wanted to see happen is number one, we want to keep expanding. We wanted to do more foundational things because what happens is when you grow as a business, you start identifying all the holes in your business, right? On things that you need because you're managing
links.
Right. Yeah.
you know, just a ton of, and it's more about foundational things, right? About things that maybe, you know, we could have been doing better, right? Or should have been doing to begin with. So we wanted to make sure that we were a good place for brand new agents coming right out of real estate school, number one, and also for inexperienced agents. We want to make sure we give them a value and make sure we give them a good foundation as far as like, hey, what you should be doing. Everything from opening a lockbox to delivering keys.
Right.
Simple things like that. So we developed a couple of different mentorship programs.
Best practices.
Best practices, expansion. You know, we've grown, so we have a new office that we're building out in Tolleson. Hopefully, be ready in November. And just though that's what we've been working on, and also like developing that commercial team as well. So a commercial team is really strong right now, and it's going to get stronger. Our commercial team, the niche is Latino. So for us, it's more about providing a great service en la idioma, right? En español. Exacto. So there's not a lot of support out there like that. So that's one of the things that we have some great professionals on that team, and that's been our niche. So helping smaller businesses.
Oh, Omar, hearing you talk about obviously these different things that the company is doing, alongside with Teddy being the broker of the company, es súper importante que la gente que está escuchando, the people that are listening today, just wrap your head around that. So you guys are like a full service brokerage, because I mean, not every company that goes into the commercial world,
And not even the big brokerages have a commercial team most of the time. So
Right.
even
No,
the
we're
big
unique.
names, yeah, we're unique. So it's still a boutique brokerage with a lot of agents, competing in a different space.
Absolutely.
I want to, I don't mean to cut you off, but just go ahead and tell us how they can find you guys. I'm sure people are already like, okay, cool. Like I watched a little bit. I want to know more about these guys.
It's easy, guys. RealEstateNextGen.com. RealEstateNextGen.com. And that takes you to our website. So you're going to see everything from if you're trying to buy a property, if you're trying to join us, if you're trying to learn more about our culture. If you want to follow us on TikTok.
Well, you guys have TikTok.
It's a work in progress. We're still trying to learn a few dances, but then all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, that dance isn't trending anymore. Like, shoot, all right, we got to think of some.
And we just finished learning this.
Yes, now it's like
That was
some
last week's dance.
So,
That's absolutely.
just like, things like that. So, RealEstateNextGen.com is the best way. Like, I don't really like giving out phone numbers.
Right.
Everything's digital now.
Yeah.
For the
Right.
most part. RealEstateNextGen.com.
So,
that's going to get
so
you.
there's a place, I'm assuming, when you go into your website, if they say, hey, you know what, I'm listening, I want to sell a house with Teddy Castro or Omar, they can put their address there. Or,
Correct.
Absolutely.
Something along those lines.
Correct. So you'll see in the navigation bar, how much is my home worth. You
Yeah.
go in there, fill in your address, and that information will come to us, and then we take it from there.
Amazing.
Right.
Alrighty, you know what? We're going to move to a little different segment, but just really quick. What is your preference in music?
No, man.
It depends on the mood. It depends on the mood.
I've never-
It depends on the mood. Your Sunday music is
Yeah, okay.
It's Monday, so I want either some banda or I want some Drake.
Okay. There's no in between. Have you seen that meme on Instagram that's like, I go from like gangster rap to like banda to like reggaeton to everything.
Yeah.
Real quick.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, you see my playlist, you wouldn't know what I am if I'm a 12-year-old girl or if I'm like 80-year-old men. You know, I love music.
Are you going to Banda MS concert?
I will be there Friday in Madison Square Garden in New York.
So he's flying to New York.
I'm
This Friday.
This Friday.
Okay, let me know how it is because I have tickets when they come in October.
I'll go to that one too.
But I mean,
I went and saw them at the Palenque in Hermosillo at the Expo probably about 4 years ago.
okay, they're a great show.
That was 4 years ago, and it was like the most amazing concert I've ever been. If you ever been to the Palenque, it's like a cockfighting.
Yeah.
So everything is like this, right? Everything's real intimate, real close. The performance space. People walking down there, like drinking bucanas with the banda and taking pictures while they're all performing. And it was a 4-hour concert.
Wow, that's amazing.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's
That's a long time to play.
Hey, the tuba player. That's the
Right?
That's the
what
baddest man on the planet. The tuba player.
Tuba players out there, when you think, I'm playing a tuba.
No, get a raise.
Get a raise.
Get a raise.
Yeah, especially gotta carry that thing around, right? So they're huge.
That's word. That's double word right there.
Not only carry it, but like, yo,
Right?
like, yo, when you go into it, you gotta blow.
Yeah, you got some skills.
They're jokes. You got some questions for them, huh?
Yeah, we do. So we're gonna play a little game of truth or dare.
Okay.
You guys can pick if you want to do truth or if you want to do a dare. So
Yeah.
Teddy, we'll let you go first.
All right, we'll do truth.
True.
I'll make it interesting.
Which one should we do?
Alright, just ask them a
And
question.
remember, it's always true if you believe it.
We'll see how straight it goes.
What
It's
is
never a lie.
what is something that your mom doesn't know about you?
Something that my mom doesn't know about me.
After all these years, I'm breaking it down.
Man.
Hopefully she's not watching.
Oh, she is.
Oh, she hunts me down. She knows. She finds out. I think the one thing, God, I don't know, because I tell her a lot. She's actually my confidant.
Yeah.
Like, she keeps it real with me. And like,
There has to be something she doesn't know. She doesn't know
And if she doesn't,
that you
then
were the
gotta-
one that let the bird out. And
I think that God, it's probably something simple as that I think she doesn't know that I actually own nightclubs. I think that's something she doesn't know, specifically own nightclubs.
really? Oh, so you own nightclubs?
At one time I did, yes.
Oh, nice. What nightclub was that?
It was a
If you
few.
remember Stoudemire's.
You ever heard of Zazu's?
That's part of the list.
The Roxy.
Yeah, there's a few, yeah.
Places I couldn't even get.
Band-Aids?
No. I knew that was going to
That's
take
why
a
it
whole
was a
other-
secret. That's why it was a secret.
That's a whole other lifestyle.
I'm thinking, like, why would she know that? Okay, that makes sense.
And I think because she was in California and I was here at that time.
Well,
It was just a small.
She very religious, like, oh my god.
No, not at all. She supported everything I do. If I succeed or if I fail, she's there to pick me up and raise me up. So,
Nice.
yeah, she's dope like that.
Yeah,
So that's why I'm very close with her in a lot of ways. And even though I don't like to hear everything she says, I just take it. Just sit there. Okay.
She wouldn't be like, oh my god, there's my son.
He's like, no, that's evil right there.
No.
The owner of Band-Aids.
So it wasn't as juicy as I thought I had. It is what it is.
What about Omar? What you got for Omar?
Truth or dare?
I'm just curious what the dares look like.
Well, we can't tell you.
A dare.
Okay, dare.
Dare.
So let's go with impersonate someone in the room.
I'm gonna impersonate Abel Badillo. Yo.
I'm just gonna pull out the bottle right
Well,
now.
I was gonna say, I don't know. There's a lot of good material there. So,
Go
you
for
know,
it.
if it was your birthday, right, and we're doing, I'm gonna put something on. Hold on, I'm gonna put on a song.
What did I do on my birthday?
Let's see.
He's too drunk to remember.
That sounds like my birthday week. I mean, you should know. I took it off.
I know.
Took a full week off.
Yeah.
So when's your birthday?
November 12th.
I was coming up.
Yes.
Well, you know.
Scorpio
You know,
season.
well, he invites me to his birthday, right? And it's like COVID still last year.
Yeah.
He's like, something, a few friends. I'm like, okay,
Uh-huh.
cool, a few friends. Came with that. A few friends, man. The freaking house was just.
I invited 50 of my closest friends.
So if it was your birthday and I'm Abel Badillo, I'd be like, dog, come on. What?
Oh my god, yes!
Right?
That's a good one. That's a good one. Omar follows me on Instagram, so he sees my Instagram stories.
No, look, hey man, let me tell you, like Abel, if you don't follow him, you're missing out.
Yeah,
like
got to.
Abel, you gotta follow him.
Yeah.
A lot of fun, and one thing that, like, if it's your birthday, like you can tell anyone in Abel's circle, he makes them feel special as hell, right?
And drunk.
That's a good double. Right?
Yeah. So yes, that's my birthday.
That was actually really good.
Thanks for playing, guys.
I've seen it quite a bit.
Oh, so really quick.
Abel celebrates your birthday. He celebrates his friends' birthdays, and that's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
Let's go on a quick commercial and we'll be right back.
Hi everybody, I'm Amber Diaz. I work with Driggs Title out of the Westgate office. I have been in title and escrow for, oh my gosh, over 20 years. I've been an escrow officer with Driggs for the last 5 years. So I love doing escrow because I love getting to be a part of a transaction that's such a huge part, and I like to help bring joy and peace to it because it can be a very stressful situation. So I treat every transaction like it's my own, like it was my own mother, my own family. So that's just really important to me. So yeah, that's all about me. Hopefully we'll see you on the next deal, and don't forget to keep tuning into Agent Spotlight.
Hola, ¿qué tal amigos? Estamos de regreso. We are back, and we're still talking here with Omar from NextGen and Teddy Castro with NextGen as well. You know, broker and owner. And we'd like to take a moment. We're gonna bringing out our roulette. Our roulette is our way of saying thank you to you guys for being here today. And it could either be a gift or a purse. You could either, there's many prices you can win there. Some of them can be in your favor, and some of them won't be in your favor. Okay. Unless you guys like it. But in any event, we'd like to go one by one. We can just spin the wheel, and it's gonna be a little thank you for being here with us today.
All right.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. You ready?
Yep.
Let's see what we get here.
What do we get? All right, Target gift card.
Ooh.
Oh, look at him. Congrats. Thanks a lot for being here today.
Target.
Yeah, right. Target gift card.
It's a gift card, and you're gonna end up spending more than the gift card.
That's the trap.
Anytime we go to Target,
And that's the curse.
That's the curse.
There's never a limit at Target. It always gets higher and higher.
It's like going to Costco, right?
Oh.
All right, Mr. Omar. Let's see what you can get.
Can we loosen the wheel up a little bit? I feel like it's
It's too tight. Okay, let me see real quick. Is that how you loosen it up?
Yep.
Oh yeah,
There we go.
Loosen it up. All right. Oh yeah, you're right. So you feel like we cheated, Mr. Teddy?
Well, I guess what? No, you got.
I just think we should have taken a shot at tequila.
What about the shot at tequila?
We're going for the shot.
I know, that's the
Let's go.
Jake wants me to take a shot.
All right.
Let's go.
All right.
That's like
What you got? What you got? All right. Mystery gift.
Mystery gift.
Shot at tequila.
That's gonna be fun.
All right.
Me, that's the one I was going for too.
I was just in here inside just doing this. Please.
Oh no, that's just you.
So let's explain the tequila. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Real quick.
That's Abel's field.
I'm the biggest tequila snob when it comes to it because it's probably my favorite type of alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
So I enjoy a good tequila. And I've obviously tried the expensive ones. I tried the lower level ones. So I know the ones that I like, and I think this one. I mean, we're not sponsored by them yet, but hopefully we will be soon. But it's
Mr. Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, Dwayne Johnson's tequila. It's really, really good. It's really, really smooth, and I promise you, it's probably smoother than the 1942,
Oh, wow.
the 818s.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
That's a big statement. So I'm going with A1. Let's see what's up. I'm gonna
He
get fair.
does drink a lot of tequila.
Well, they also say it's the least calorie.
It's also, right, yeah, it's only 75 calories per shot.
Hey, compared to even vodka and all those.
You take 5 shots. That's what feel good about your
A lot of
macros.
vitamins,
You got with it, but
a lot of vitamins and minerals. I mean,
You can win, you know?
Yeah, it's a win-win drink, right?
there you go. There you
Oh,
go.
and it's the only alcohol that's not a depressant.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
It's an
about-
upper.
I did not know that.
There you
Well,
go.
see,
Yeah, my therapist told me, he's like, if you're gonna drink anything, just do tequila. I'm like,
Nice.
perfect, let's go.
All right, well, hey.
All right, well, cheers
Salud.
to mystery gift and
All right,
art.
well, to Lucy here, and you know we gotta do some social
Just
media.
make sure you tag me on that one.
Oh, for sure.
There we go.
All right, guys.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Yes.
Salud.
Hasta el fondo. Dormidos.
That was a big shot.
Yeah, that was healthy.
Yeah, hey, well, we keep it going, guys. COVID, what do you guys think? COVID is, I guess, is on the rise.
Yeah,
And I guess it's very much still present, so.
it is. I actually had a call today about COVID. One of our agents has a client that actually caught COVID as a seller,
Mm-hmm.
and they gave the other buyer, agent, and the buyer a heads up that almost like a 15-day heads up on it,
Yeah.
because we're closing in about 15 days from now. And the buyer agent's already fighting why we're not going to expand. We're going to do all this. And it's like,
Well, if
people
you
have-
don't want to extend, then get sick at your own risk, bro.
right. You know what I mean? So it's like people have to take in consideration these things are coming back, are around, and as well as, all of our agents, all of us, just be a little more cautious of what you're doing when you're talking to, with how you're handling things. And hopefully,
Are you guys still taking the necessary, precautions and, things you need to for when you guys are out there showing or going to listings, somebody calls you, hey, show up, still sanitize.
I think that a lot of people are. Us as an office, we've never left that. It's available to our agents and all the time.
Right, so it's all
So, right. So we want to make sure that when people come to our office, at least that we know. As an agent-wise, I know a lot of agents are very particular.
right.
Maybe not as much as it was where people were wearing gloves and whatever they were doing.
Yeah.
Get
The
past it.
buoys on the shoes.
Yeah, home. It's all.
I guess what I'm trying to say is people are looking at us today and they're saying, hey, you know what? I might want to call these people. I want to call
Right.
Omar, call Teddy, or reach out to them, and then
Yes.
to make sure that I'm gonna be,
Yeah.
I guess,
Absolutely.
met with the way I want to be.
Right. We all have our own protocols, right?
Exactly.
Of how we're going to do things. So at the end of the day, as long as we're making our client comfortable
Right.
in what we're doing, and maybe we are as a person individually have higher needs.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, it's only going to benefit everybody.
Yeah. So we have a few minutes left. There's some
Okay.
stuff that I still want to hit on. There's some
Go.
questions we want to ask. So we talked about the commercial branch. So now NextGen is expanding into the commercial side of it. So you guys are able to help people sell, buy, lease commercial properties. We talked about the office, new location that's opening up on the west side.
Yes.
When is that going to be ready?
Goal is November 1st.
November 1st.
That's
So
the
just in time for my birthday party.
There we
That's what
go.
I'm hearing.
There we go.
Grand opening / Able.
Hey, don't
Off the hook, off the
If you
hook.
let Abel do it, he's gonna invite everybody watching.
You'll have a big party.
Let's go.
We have a great courtyard too.
We do. Perfect for it.
Perfect.
Huge. Like
Nice weather, get some bartenders.
So you're scheduling it and you're setting it up, right?
I'm thinking, high tops,
Yeah, like,
banda,
We can run
all of the above.
that's right.
But the other thing I wanted to ask you guys, especially in this market that's so competitive, how important is it for our viewers and people that want to buy or sell their house to have good representation?
It's very important because at this point it's so competitive. There's so many variables involved, and there are a lot of agents that are getting in the business, which is great because we need that blood in the future. But
Right.
in today's market, you want to make sure you're working with an experienced professional.
Right.
And in order to have that, you want to ask the right questions. You want to make sure that they're going to do the right things for you and represent you well, because their interests are your only interest. Like whatever you want is what they have to make sure they do for you and be it there on your behalf.
Right.
And with the market changing and increasing so much in prices, just make sure you have an agent that's going to understand your financial abilities, because there's a lot of people out there pushing prices and committing to things that they just can't fulfill. And I think a lot of times they don't have those real conversations with their clients. So
And I think that's important because, you know, you have newer agents that just want to get under contract and they don't understand the repercussions of what they're making their client sign.
Right. They get very desperate. I mean, as in maybe not the agent, sometimes the agent because they make 10, 20, 30 offers, which is depending on
And
the
we
client.
get it. We get it.
Yeah, and we get under the pressure too, like from the client, hey, you gonna find me a house or what, you know, and I work so hard for you, and then, you know, they're just pushing, and then, you know, but it's our job to be the professional first and like sit back and let them know like, what here's the reality of what you're up against and really push that forward.
Teddy, so I mean, our viewers are looking at you guys and saying, hey, you know what? 18 years in the business plus, you know, commercial, you know, all these offices, they're thinking like, oh my God, how much are these guys worth? You know what I mean? Do you guys charge for an initial consultation? You know what I mean? Just to get some time, you know, in front of you guys for the people that are possibly thinking of, you know, possibly buying or selling or leasing a commercial space. I mean, is there a cost for, you know, just a simple consultation?
On the commercial side, there definitely could be a retainer depending on what we're up against. I'll give you an example. Like we took a listing. It is an office listing. There's 8 suites, but the owner didn't have certain things that we needed, such as leases, rent rolls, you know, just different things that we have to help them, because it's just another world. When you're trying to obtain financing, if a lender's going to lend on that property, they're going to want to see those things. Right. So now it doesn't even become a question of, is the buyer squared away? It becomes, is this property any good? Yeah. So in certain cases, there are retainers. Okay. Definitely on the commercial side. On the residential side, I think we have a couple of agents that do retainers, but it's not really common practice. It just depends on the habits that you build and why you feel you need a retainer. Right. So it just depends.
I mean, and that's what struck the question is, hey, you know what if I just want to call you? You know, I mean, obviously you would discuss this individually to everybody that
explain the process.
You know, explain the process.
Right. Even like, you know, everybody gets a free consultation. So, for sure. You know, for sure. Just depending on whatever they need. But I've seen more of the retainer stuff come up on the commercial side.
Which is, you know what I mean, unheard of, because there's, especially in Spanish, right, the Latino community, I feel like there's a very, very big need for commercial.
There is, and it doesn't always apply. It doesn't always apply, guys, because small businesses are very sensitive to costs, right? So we keep that in consideration. But when we take on a property or a situation where it's going to require us to do a lot of legwork just to even list that property, then it turns into something else, because it's a lot more expensive to work in the commercial space. So for example, whatever it costs a residential agent to stay in business for a year, for a commercial agent, it's probably 10 times more expensive.
Wow, that's a big significant
just with systems and everything, because every purchase contract that we put together, it costs us money. Right. Because they're not the standard AAR forms, they're different forms, commercial specific. Right. But that gives us other perks as far as like legal, membership to different organizations and so forth. But it's even the systems that we use, it's whatever it costs an agent 1 year in the MLS, we're paying that every month, you know, for one agent on the commercial side. So it's just more expensive.
So you just gotta pay to play.
At the end of the day, like the pie is a certain size, and just depending on whatever side of the industry you're on, that pie gets cut up a certain way. It has to. You know, so
and that leads to like, you know, when we do commercial, like how is it different? Because the reality is like we're serving a huge market that doesn't understand how it always works. We're doing it for the best.
And it's so different. Like the commercial space, there's no uniformity to it. I don't want to say it's the Wild West either. But everybody,
it's all different.
It's just different. Like you won't ever have the same lease. You won't ever have the same contract. These contracts a lot of times are prepared by attorneys.
Different attorneys?
Yes, or different services, just like the one we use. So there's nothing uniform about it. Right. But it's all very fluid, but it's all very like fascinating.
Which is another reason why you need an agent that knows what they're doing.
Exactly. To represent your best interest.
Right, you should.
Well, we want to thank both of you so much for coming to our show today, coming to the launch of Agent Spotlight, and Carlos and I are very excited to have you guys here and have you guys be our very first guest. So thank you for taking the time out of your day.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure we'll be bringing you guys back in a few months to kind of check in and see how everything's going.
Oh,
All right, well, we'll have a lot to talk
Get
about.
that gift card.
Yeah.
You can't win if you don't play.
Hey, you have to do a video of you shopping, see what you buy.
Right? Yeah.
Hey, tag it.
I'll tell you.
It's up with like a $300 bill.
See what it ends up.
All right, hey, that was Agent Spotlight today with Omar and Teddy Castro. Thank you very much, and we'll see you guys next time.